Alright, hello and welcome back to another session of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, switch it over. Let me check my dashboard. Don't let that play in the background. And alright, we're ready. Alright, let's pop this back up. Alright, let's get in there. Let's get right into it. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So what happened last session? We did the first chapter or the first case, and it introduced our main protagonist of the story, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, that's his name, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And on episode 2, I should change my YouTube title because I think it's case 1. Maybe I should do it in episodes because it looks like it is. So we go for episode 2 and. Are we starting in? Wait, hold on. Alright, are we? The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Yeah, this chapter is pretty rough.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
The 9th of January. 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship Ryunosuke.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait!
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder, and in cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room, but that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Herlock Sholmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Damn, Herlock Sholmes. Never heard of him before. I wonder who's he representing as, you know? Alright. I don't know if I should... Last session, the volume was a bit low, so I'm going to increase the volume a bit. Should I put 70? I'll do 70. We'll add... What was it before? 65, I believe. Yeah, I'll do 70. Or maybe 71. 73. I'll do 70. Alright. Ugh. My head's throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Wait. I can't move. Locked. Handcuffed. Ah, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, huh? We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. Ah, we found you. And now you pay. Criminal? How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry? Now you don't have, now you don't? What? Now you have been found. It's time to admit your crimes. Unless you don't want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Susato? Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato? Wait, what? What did you just say? Take his life? Yeah, this is the biggest shock in chapter 2. Episode 2 here. Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Ah, you pretend you do not know? You're a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. I was gonna say don't try to make any excuses. Just do not. What? He's dead, apparently. Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Oh, the body's not there. Here, in this very cabin. That was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. These handcuffs. Sure you don't think I have to know. Why did you have to take Kazuma-sama's knife? Answer me, please. No. Alright, I'm not gonna do my best. No, Yamaro! Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Yeah, no, we just... you sure about... When was the card from chapter 1? November, I believe. So it's been like a month and a bit. Are you sure about this? When we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you were able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every single bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. Yep, times were rough back then when you had to travel on ship. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. That's like 2 months. Nearly 2 months. I hope not. Well, it's January, so... If we start in December, yeah, that's like 31 plus 31? Is December on 31? They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. I'm like trying to look at my knuckles. What I want to know is, why did they need to keep it a secret from the... yes. My faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confine her in here. Wait, what? Confined, what? We could confine in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know this. Huh. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. Well, time to stick you in the wardrobe. I know it's cramped. Ah, my foot. But you better get in there, I think. Won't be for long. Yeah, I've got like a, I wouldn't say ingrown nail, but my foot's kind of affected, I think. I did file it. Bought some special tools as well. I'm feeling like the repercussions here. It's a bit sore. I need to stop pressing it. Alright, so yes. What happened? But what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? That'll be on. What? Stop worrying. I'll tell you what. Why didn't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? But the thing is, it's in Japanese. Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. Don't know about that one. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. What day is it again? I don't remember. Alright, so he's arriving on March. We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. He's dead. Not like this. We leave you at the next pod. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer? No, I'm not a murderer. Nah, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes, what? No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Yeah, this one's an interesting case. Suzaru-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There is something I would like to ask of you too. Ah, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try and find out what really happened. Alright. Q&A session. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been someone or somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? He's still going to deny the charge despite the circumstances? Please, Suzaru-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. You don't know how he died? The ship's doctor examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. Jesus. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next pod call. A pod of call? So presumably, that means there were no obvious internal signs of injury then. Whoops, I kind of thought that was Suzaru talking. That's true, yes. Whoops. Oh no, don't say it ain't so. Sorry, ain't so. Skip this. Thank God you could hold it after you've seen it before. Alright, about the incident. Yeah, it's analog stick. We can't use the D-pad apparently. Can anyone tell me what exactly happened in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... he would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Guessing he's carrying his sword, right? I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. This morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean He was already dead when Suzaru-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. I guess he bust down the door, right? Bust the door open, yep. And when we managed to get inside... Not like this. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. Didn't know he could speak Russian as well. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but... That's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Oh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Alright, stow away. Why are you even on board this ship now, Hodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's been 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin this entire time. I had no idea. How could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No. That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go England together. Over my family, I just like straight up left Japan. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Sad part is, we don't even know what his mission was, right? Kazuma, why did you do you want this? What's the real reason? Why do you go to extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the day or the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that. But I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I never really thought about becoming a lawyer. What the hell was I doing beforehand? Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. Can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama was always saying the same thing, that he wants to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. Something still's bothering me a little. Bothering. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I ever seen it before. He's got that mission. What was that mission? Suzaru-san. I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-san, Sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. Yeah, that's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. If you were not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night in here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, yes. Very hard to believe, right? I know, it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. But that's the truth. Or it's the truth. If only I woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing. Like anything. Really? I've been drugged. I'm pretty sure he got sleeping drugged. Is something wrong? I don't remember this case much. No, please forget it. Oh, Suzaru-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Oh, no. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Let me out. Don't try to go anywhere. Hold on. You're the perpetrator of this crime. Can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around? My hands tied? While whoever did this walked free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot Susanoo has the... What the? That was the Susanoo takedown. What? What martial art form is that? You just took me down. I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? I forgot she does this, yeah. Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago. You successfully defending yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. You expect me to present some conclusive evidence. Do I have conclusive evidence? Hold on, sorry. Yeah, do I have conclusive evidence? Yeah. So that's going to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right here. I guess this, right? What is this? I don't even know. When it was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always puts it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. If I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Ah. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Yeah, that really is the alibi, ain't it? Well, even if you are sprawling hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susanoo-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? The Susanoo takedown. Just like in Detective Conan with Ran, the Mori family. They could all kick ass. I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. Do you finally believe me? I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Does she think I am a magician? Well, yeah, it's true. There's probably ways to stick it on. Yeah, just stick it on one side, right? But it was kind of like tightly on. I'll do the same. Alright. Let's get to work, Susanoo-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you don't do anything that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death. A lot of things here. Okay, examine time. First things first, the crime scene. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed in the floor. Oh, on the floor. And I suppose he wrote this message by dripping his finger in the spillage. Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of clue in his final moments, was he? Oh, it's Leon! I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. Is Leon in Russian? I don't think that's Japanese. No, Hodo-san. What? Then, what language is it? It is Russian, I believe. It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Well, both of these guys don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does that mean? Yes. What does it mean? Oh dear. That wouldn't do. Oh, what's the matter, Suzaru-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused. I forgot to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you now, Hodo-san? Oh, we can move a bit, eh? I'm sure you're careful to look around using the D-pad. I'm pretty sure it's not the D-pad. So let's investigate all corners. Let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Alright, we can move over. Is it D-pad? No. Hello? Uh-oh. My D-pad don't work, though. Yeah, my D-pad don't work. Can I... Oh, no. Wait. Can I use my controller? Wait. Not controller. My keyboard? God damn it. Why did I examine? The controls are so off. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing this. Lots of people are cutting their fingers on the badges. Damn. A sharp pin for a sharp mind or something. Oh, can we please? Never mind. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Oh, Kazuma. You even make it to his destination. Yeah. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He's in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Ah, yeah. Alright. Oh, that's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if something is important? Something relevant to the case? Alright. I won't read it. I'll read it in my own time. Oh, Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. In this case, is there a need for... Can I switch this up? Why the control don't work? Can I use my... Alright, hold on. Let's take a little pause here. Controls are so scuffed. I don't know why. Guide? Surely it must be guide. Resolution. Input mod? Still a bit... Why the hell my D-pad ain't working? That's the $1 million question. Alright, I gotta use my mouse. So, alright. There's a few things. Let's do the wardrobe first. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail for Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time now, Hodo-san? I think living is quite the right description. Isn't quite. Oh, I suppose not. Although it must be rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in that wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Wait, do I like, how about like washing and do I smell? Have I taken a wash? Probably. Maybe. I don't even know. Okay. There's a vent up here. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that rather odd? Isn't that odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray will find their way in when the seas are rough or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. Wait. I didn't see this guy. Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, he looks like he might be European. Is he gay or is he European? You've noticed the man too, have you? I've no idea who he is or how he even got here. He looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Ah, Hardo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk or is he playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Suzaru-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but in case, if you press A, I'm pretty sure it's not A. These controls are scuffed, man. Is it A? I don't even know what's A anymore. On the controller, A is X, right? It's B, apparently, to interact. But the controls are... I don't know. I don't know why it's weird. Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh. This is a critical point in my investigation. This is a critical point. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. He's gone. Greetings. I hope I haven't kept you long. Ah. There he is. What exactly you were doing on Kazuma's desk just now? See, I don't know if this guy's a phony. Because I know this guy's personality. Your guys will see it soon. Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You... I've been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? Yeah, we get it right now. What kind of person Herlock Sholmes is? And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in the most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madame. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassinations in your wake and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the bare-bone occupant of this very cabin discovers your identity, you end his life too. Well, yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. Oh, it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? and you're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior now Hardo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way Yeah. Another one. Another takedown. Wait, how many times have I been through this? Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ah, there you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, This ship is en route to England. And I'm in handcuffs at the scene of the murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it a deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed. An observation, my dear boy, is the base of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles. You see, I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And no more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Here it is. My apologies. How remiss of me. I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The imitable Herlock Sholmes. The imitable Herlock Sholmes. So it really is you, the actual Herlock Sholmes. Very same. The imitable, actually. The imitable, actual Herlock Sholmes. You know this man, San? The most famous detective in the world now, Haruto-san. Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have been living on then? I must ask him what he deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Examine. No, hold on. I need to talk to this full great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what's your name again? Indeed, I am no other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see, yeah. German. Erlok, was it? No, her. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh, yes, Rance Magazine. Rance Magazine? Full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I've sent it from England, especially, damn. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in this series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you read so many of your own stories, you start to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not a poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards. Backward? Or backward? My trusty biography records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Biographer? Isn't my everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson. He's only keeping shop in London. I wonder if... Dr. Wilson? Yeah, I wonder if... I was going to spoil it. I wonder if that person is related to Dr. H. Wilson. I must say, thanks to the publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I'm returning from Asia, having to solve the mystery of a cursed royal clown. Crown? Clown. Crown. Clown. Crown. Really, I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. As a science? Really? The astute observer noticed even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture, fingernails, arm sleeves, furs in the skin, all these things are data. Sounds like he's good at body language, it seems like. And a trained logician? What? Logician? Makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. Alright, this logic is Ian. What? The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. Alright, as I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can you look at me in the eye and claim that? So, you see, I've a turn for both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. I'm guessing it's hair, right? If they're going for German. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, am I to do anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in the most cunning hiding place? That's right. There was no other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Ah, I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seems to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? 2 facts, you say? Alright, give me the 2 facts. You little son of a gun. Mr. Shalom, tell me please. What 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate? What? The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentarily glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within. Running escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Shaloms. What made you think the victim was Russian, eh? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is a Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left the dying message in Russian? No. In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. But this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian? Was he? No, this guy had a sword. He had a katana with him. Initially, I consider garderobe may be the name of a killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. But in the interest of the thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least. Where you were found, Mr. Naruhodo, sleeping soundly. Quite so, I found you. The renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is that? I'm Russian too. Yeah, why am I Russian? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze for possible hidden details. Oh, damn. Yeah, when photographs... A thing, huh? Oh, I'm yawning. You've been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I actually seen him like this. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see a photo of your dead best friend. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russian before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary thing from Russia and all of that. Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? I don't know what to say. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian. I do not speak Russian. Alright, down here. Your deduction right just now. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean? Yeah, the now famously accurate troubling predicament. I'm like burping, sorry. Alright. What's happening here? Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It's fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads: Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik leaves Russian via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night, young Russian was murdered. As when was Kazuma a Russian? Sound like Mr. Sholmes had concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you. Vilan Brochevsky. Vesky? Versus Ves. I don't even look like this man. Just look at his face. I butchered that guy's last name. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Oh, please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passengers list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. List. What about other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and put in all those particulars in the article. Deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bushezvik was included. There's no mistake. Bushezvik? I guess I'll say it like that. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? What about the pad where you said I was going to return to Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. This guy's been deducing everything on the paper. Bushezvik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is that anyway? It's Afghanistan place. Alright, we don't know where Afghanistan is. Yeah, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all of this of interest in me within his pages. I see no rubbish bin nearby. No rubbish bin. What do you think of that? Rubbish. Alright, and you might find the article on the back of the page of the interest as well. What is it? On the back? Alright, it's all written in Russian. Couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to glance at the article. Maybe there's a picture too. Do I do it now? We got one more thing. What were you just investigating? You were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Oh yes, the victim. It's a very uncommon name for a Russianman. Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. Something you ought to perhaps elucidate. I don't even know. Before the act of reading. Elucidate? What the hell? Elucidate? I don't know. It is my business. Elucidate sounds familiar. It's my business to know what other people do not. Yes, I believe it or not. I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susanna takedown is. Zaza-san? Is you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry now, Oda-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Truly unfair. Life is simply unfair. Anyway, we return to the matter at hand. Namely, this diary belonged to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete. As if the author would cut. Yeah, I know this. Alright, what's the nature of the writing? Alright, I thought you knew Japanese. Just a bit. A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, Ricardo. Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. Ah. This diary is littered with complicated looking characters of which I could read precisely more. What was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Shalom. I'm much obliged, my dear madame. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of two short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I could hear a faint whistling sound. Whistling sound? Those are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I never heard that expression before. Huh, the ventilated grill, you say, huh? The man was presumably referring to that grill up there. To the lattice down the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Alright, we got his diary. Do we investigate? Are we done? We're done with Shalom's. So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Ah, do you have somewhere to go? As if perhaps the victim's writing in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking about investigating the cabin next door, which the Valet connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhalation. Yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps we could go with you? No. That won't be so more complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh. These. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No. There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. Yeah, I'm yawning, sorry. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what? You looked at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this... If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ha 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 ha. No, he's just plain rude. Being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor as twisted as his name. Oh, Hado-san, what are you just standing there for? Huh? Let's go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I could... Alright, damn. We're getting thrown again? Yeah. After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave you as a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? Ugh. So he gave me a choice in the rolling over part. Yeah, I need to get these damn cuffs out. I think we have still have to investigate a bit here. Alright. Or we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. Alright. Okay. Oh, my foot. Okay, here we go. Let's check out here. It's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't have been able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Zato takedown. Alright. Can we examine here? Can't find anything out of place. Alright. What about this over here? A bell. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of gasware. Cleaned into two. Alright, the glass is such a beautiful color. Looks like a little cute Netsuke fastener for a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he? Would he? The mark beside it. What it is, I wonder. What is it? Alright, color of a brick, isn't it? Oh, I am yawning like no tomorrow. How about this piece of bone? That's my dinner last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Suzaru-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean Kazuma-sama spent his last night on the earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Ugh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Alright, we've done that. Check the table, I guess. There's nothing on this table at all. Played the curvy all over force for some reason. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. It's funny, I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. This sword. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. Never went anywhere without it. Yeah, he always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now that he's gone, I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Alright, I think we're done here. Anything else? Books have fallen over on the shelf. Look. They've all toppled the same way. What's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. And everything mowed down on him. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama's doing his morning sword training, don't you think? Doubt it. It was you. In a fit of rage, I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books in the statue. Could the way these have been thrown about have something to do with the case, I wonder? You do. Well, I've set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Is there something here? Man, there's like a lot of stuff here. Okay, these are rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Bureau. List of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking... Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Alright. Yeah, why my D-pad don't work, you know? Why do you use my mouse here? Guess we check this. This is, yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean contraption? I read about a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you could pull and ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lonely Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. I see. I think all we gotta do next is, if only I could move the damn side. Alright, guess this place. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his hand. Damn, he's got some good calligraphy. Did you? Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Alright, even though you stowed away on the ship? Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigate a little outside? My mother told me Japanese people do not make jokes. But it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Yet. You stay in the cabin until next port. Then it's up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay. Alright. No point trying to appeal to this man, better nature. That's for sure. Alright. Examine the door. Let's not forget. And I went for help when crewmen forced the door open. This bolt has been firmly closed. Oh, it's quite a small bolt. And not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut. Still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. No wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense, all up. I feel tense all up? Yeah, down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw the bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Right, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. The door of this cabin is a frame, and its frame are made of metal. Really sealed together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Uh-oh. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh, here we go. Oh, look over there. We've done all the searching. Crewman, do you mean? Yeah, he wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Wait, hold on. This guy... Why don't we try talking to him? Hold on. He's looking a bit familiar. Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. I suppose I could try. This guy looks a bit familiar. Sideline. Dad? Something wrong now, Hodo-san. Oh, no. It's just that crewman standing by the door. Can't help feeling that I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, yes. You're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes? What can I do for you? It's Hosonaga-san. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Oh yeah, there's the biggest tell there. It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go over and cover as a member of crew on board the ship. Again? He suddenly seems to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I could do to help you, please ask. I never expect to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me get out of this situation. Hopeless situation. Alright, let's converse. Alright, so what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Or was this secret? Why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Classified? I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Alright. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he trusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. These are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest power. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi a visible security escort. Alright, I'm gonna autoplay for a second. Alright, never imagine what would happen here inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Down one first class. Failed miserably at my assignment. And Asogi-san is dead as a result. Alright. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector. If there's anything at all I can do to help now, just say the word. Get me out of these cuffs. Let me investigate. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. Thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. Yeah, he saw us working together, man. We really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes. So we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. Alright, if you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, the stormy looking seaman there will surely snap your neck in two. Right, I suppose. I'm just not just a stowaway. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had solid reasoning why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it, really. I'll lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence now, Hodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence. Do I have the evidence here? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the present panel. Alright, let's see what we got. Viable reason. I don't even know what it could be. Could be this. Zen. Kazuma's diary? What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? That is strange. Yes. I'm still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator. Is it... Very astute, Inspector. The ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. Seems that was more than enough, right? I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we revive at the next pod. The captain are giving me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Alright, really? You willing to do that? Yes. As long as you don't leave the first class cabin area, yeah. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going to guess his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asugi-san safe. This is the least I can do. The least I can do. Alright, move, and we can leave this cabin at last. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Is he still here, though? Alright, we can move out. First class passageway. I could save now as well. I need to save. 9th of January. 15 days. Yeah, save. I feel like I want to go through the whole thing again. like go through all of these. Because... Oh, but it probably will... I don't know. You know what? Who cares? No, you know what? I'm gonna make a new one. Because this... I think I missed an achievement beforehand, but hey. From the first episode. Ooh, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Oh, really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he's sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Like people in handcuffs? Oh, Hodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. But yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came on board. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitying look. Yeah, that must be rough. If Kazuma was alive... can we move over? Oh, I've got to use the mouse again. Come on. Let's use our mouse. Alright, here we go. Examine the mouse trap. Ah, a trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back at home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, the thing is what is called cheese. It's made of milk of cows. Alright, let me autoplay for a second. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, so all he had was Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Oh, you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Alright, we can examine this. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm? It says press only if in times of emergency. Looks though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. And brings the vessel to complete stop, does it? Oh. I have to see. What are you doing now, Hodo-san? You mustn't touch it. This is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. If you had to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Alright, continuing on. There's the door there, but... Oh, god damn it. Can't find anything out of place. Hold on, hold on. Move this away. I need to use my mouse. Ship section. This looks like a plan of the SS Buera. Shows each deck. Buera is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, but... Obviously, that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean. I think what's impressive about boats is that the balance, right? Despite the shape, they can make a nice, you know, making ships balance. Despite that curvature. Alright. Talking about the... What you said? The Aku... Alright, hold on. The Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan. Yes, they're not made of metal. They're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth many times larger than the ship. They don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. I guess one here and then the look to the thing. My controller's like stuck. Wait, hold on. Oh, my controller was not stuck. What? That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall I take a little look through? Writing so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. Meticulous? Meti? Is it Meti? Never mind. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such beautiful handwriting. Nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. Alright. He has like some burns around his face or something. Rough and ready is much of a compliment now, understand even something for a sailor. Anyways, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report? Question mark. Talk to this man. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, he's got like some weird, like, his skin tone. You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you. Could I perhaps ask you something? You little third-class ladies' maid? Oh. Seems to have caught this sailor on a bad day, says Asan. I'm not Sailor. My mother gave me a name. I'm crew member, senior crew member, Biff Stroganov. Stroganov. Wow. Woo. Best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Alright, hello, man. Mr. Stroganov. About this first-class cabin area. Here we are in the finest part of the Bureau steamship with a very important person. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. That's why I'm always guiding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering. Is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Ah. Cesar-san. Do you understand that? Isn't that son da? Yeah, da. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Oh no. Genius. It's not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes. It's tantalizing. Last night? Oh no, never mind. Going to the passenger and you... Do you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He's a very important Western gentleman. Western gentleman? Wait, hold on a sec. All are playing. Alright. Yeah, I never once heard anything from the next door cabin or ever felt like anyone's there. Most important part in that. Well, presumably since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class classrooms... Classrooms? Cabins. He must be rather important, is that right? That is not your business. Alright, last night... What happened last night? Are you on watch here on old time Seaman Stroganoff? Ah. All the time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is sad about student boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. Did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Yeah. Nyan? Do you understand that? That was clearly a no. Yeah. Yeah. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. You didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? Oh, he's looking away. I said no. Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that you wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh, it's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the Los de Luisas on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Can we move? Nope. Yeah, gotta use my mouse. Don't worry about that. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator collects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma and Sama wrote. They saw a Speckled Band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Ah! What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. Must have been a woman. Stand at her? Ah! I've just bit my tongue. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Shlomes. Ah. I shan't be stopping when the fit is on me. I revel in kicking doors off the hinges. Ah. My tongue. Please. Wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. Doesn't? And how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What pray? Can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Oh god. My tongue. Ow. Who are you? Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Could be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, bud. You're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You heard me, no doubt. No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. You're on the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you may trust me completely. This man uses that magazine like a business card. Detective? Huh. I do not trust detectives. We just heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be bold to ask you to open that small traveling case? What? Don't be so stupid. Okay, anyone fit in a small trunk like that? Ding. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, it's not, traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, lad. Oh, it's shaking though. Oh my. Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yes, the case just shook. Leave now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Kazuma's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott? There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. Couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor says, yeah, let me just investigate. I guess we converse first? Last nine. Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No. Oh. Do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now. Alright. We're not getting anywhere with her. Agreed, but there are maybe someone who can help. Alright. Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Alright. Examine. Let's talk to him. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Shlomes? You need only address me as Shlomes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Shlomes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. I think it's a good time to rest. Resting? Indeed. I was contemplating a sea voyage from the confines of that wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh. And we're seeing the hours upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Erlok, is clearly trying to hide something. Do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Why? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please. Well then. What are you about to see may well astound you. Is it time? I am about to apply my great detective's great deduction to the case. Yeah, this is the new thing. Could this man be a more hacked-eye portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time, it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness, or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I can't even say anymore. I really don't think either of those should be occurring to you or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It's biased to judgment. Shh. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peeing on my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes. Yes, I have quite made up my mind. Huh? There could be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Erlok, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something so dear. Are you not? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. Sorry, I burped. Sorry about that. You are, at this very moment, no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath the beard, your mouth quivers with nervousness, tension as you realize you have discovered. Damn, I hope that didn't sound like the burp. Hope it was just a sound. But yeah, I burped there. Oh, now Hoda-san, I never imagined you witnessed one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What? What ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I've read him countless times in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes? Homeless Sholmes. I don't even know his name anymore. There's a dream come too. Herlock Sholmes. I can hardly believe it, but all the color has drained from Mr. Erlok's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How? How could you... Could I possibly know such things? You wish to say? There's no time yet. Very well. I shall elucidate. Elucidate? So, do I cordially invite you? Oh, here we go. This might be it. The train of reasoning. But plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Alright, this is it. This is time. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Old man's identity. So, the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Erlok, obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. And we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You're on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you spawned. Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you decide to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Royland? Once again, the answer is plain. You have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. It's shaving day. It's gone too large. Regard it, if you will, this morning's newspaper, in particular, the fascinating front page article, which it would be you have read also, Mr. Royland. Sure needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Revolutionary? In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This is you cannot fail to observe. They don't look alike. The subject of the article possessed an extremely copious beard. Yeah, but he doesn't have a long... What's wrong with you, Sherlock? What's wrong with you, Herlock? Having noted the article yourself, you decide to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave away. Or gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Willem Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand. A revolutionary on the run? That's topic 1. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Ah yes, Mr. Roylon. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah, I assure you, the eyes speak more, so much more, eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. It's time I think that the case can be open and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. A young lady, perhaps. One slight enough to fit therein. That's wrong. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You careless coup d'oil... Coup d'oil? Coup d'oil? Betray? I never heard that. I know it's coup de grace. Coup de... Alright, once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of the newspaper. There is another most stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary, the back page. Renowned prima bella of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. According to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina... Niko Pavlovia. What? How did I get the right first time? What happened? Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elementsky. Elementsky? What the hell is that? What do you mean Elementsky? You can't say elementary anymore? What the hell's elementary? This is Azan. That wasn't one of the greatest the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know? This guy's been putting people behind bars with that. Seem a little different somehow. Yeah, it's about your deductions. They were fucking crap. Oh no, go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we've had the same discussion before, bud. These two men look nothing like each other. Yes, I recall our discussions earlier, and at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary. Well, able to revolutionize his own parents. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roller does look more like this man than you do. Yeah, that's not the point. Yo, this guy's got Mr. What's his name? Shesvik. He's got a long face. The case would appear too small, yeah? Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. We're lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in this case, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is 5-year-old child, is she? I mean, you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? How could I? Huh? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her will be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lifeness in their abilities. Vinegar? Or such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of this small case. Yeah, but you gotta be a contortionist, 100% for that. Yeah, you might be thinking of a contortionist in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deduction now. I think his powers of observers are well magical. His eyes cut to the heart of the matter almost instantly. Just where he directs his attention and his logic, that seems a little off. Yeah, Mr. Holmes, Mr. Sholmes, I mean. Do you accompany, does Wilson accompany you to these deductions? There's just 1 or 2 key words in his deduction that seems to be his letdown. If we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives, what do you think? Alright, switch some keywords? Yeah, here we go. Here's some gameplay coming up. Very tactfully. We'll unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that I was going through my own mind. This man's a lot of work. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me, yeah? It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry? Take a moment to look at your wrist. My wrist? Hey, it's gone. Ah, what? Where are your handcuffs? Huh? How did it... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. He's good at pickpocketing. Oh, not pickpocketing, picklocking. Don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. In before we get the handcuffs, but I'm pretty sure we get the handcuffs put on. It's not even an in before, I'm 100% sure. Logic and reason spectacular. Alright, switches, now it's me. Course correction. Hold in Mr. Sholmes. The old man's identity. Alright, I think it's gonna tell us here. Alright. We've seen this before, right? Yeah, the shares are correct. What could you possibly want? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. I think it's going to tell us what we're going to do next. Beard? No. There we go. I'm not sure. Did you really use shears like that? No. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose the deduction is wrong. Let's try switch a key word here now, Hodo-san. And let's see if it matters. Yeah, but how? I think we should start by taking a long hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he tends to use those shears on. Alright, if we manage to find something that fits the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Alright, I need to find something about this. Oh, we take a good look around. And what's this? Behind us. Some golden locks.
Yes!
Here we go, I'm flying in. You're on the verge of using those shears to cut away the golden locks you spawn. Indeed, you have identified the precise deal I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. Question then begged is this: why would you decide to get rid of those magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. You have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. You do. I'm sure it's no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. No. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea. The old man was a young woman in disguise. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise. Now I understand. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry. You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business. No, strictly... Yes, I understand. Say no more. Anyway, let's focus on the next part. The evidence he picked out doesn't fit. It's not the revolutionary. Yeah. Let's switch the evidence. Here we go. We're gonna get to it. I've read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Yep. We're there. Guess we examine here, right? This is interesting. Have you found something relevant? No, understand? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. Can't read, nor can I. Look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young princess. Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. Can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. You post up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Hey, I've heard about that recently. Now Prima Bella of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. During the performance, the famous dancer reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Yes, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Damn. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Suzato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. Tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. We've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? Yeah. We're gonna get there. There we go. We got the info here. And then we can present it.
Yes!
Yes! Article about ballerina. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you've hit the nail on the head. Now, Prima Bella... We've heard this already, god damn it. I better go say it. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! Oh god, this is on a head. It could have been dangerous, that. Damn, she was wearing those earrings? You're right. Her real name is Nikolina. Pavlova. Please, I beg you. Don't tell anyone. The conclusion, a ballerina on the run. Solved. About topic number 2, the wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Where? Ah, yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares. People have a possibility. Yeah, I've read that. And I show you the eye speak more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. Proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case? I don't think so. He's looking a bit more. This woman's a ballerina, so... And she's right in front of our eyes. But she clearly can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's not right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Mahoto-san. You like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Shalom's? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman's up to. Oh. Let's examine. Waste paper? Let's have a little look inside. Now, hold on. It's part adequate to go sifting through some of these rubbish, you know? Ugh. Those eyes. He's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly. We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. Oh, wait. I saw the tiara. That's it. Wow. Look at that dazzling tiara. Real diamonds. Damn, that's pretty... Oh, now Hado-san, try it on. What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras when you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Yeah, that's it. That's the piece. Tiara. Bam. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Ah. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovish Ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully, taking their precious tiara with you. Alright, we gotta. What does Pavlova say? I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I'll tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I ever laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to the life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'etat, whatever it is, betrays you, alright? You need to follow, yeah, we've seen this already. Yes, the reason why you refused to open your case was written on the books on the shelf. The hell Sholmes is smoking? Yeah, completely changed tack with his deduction now. Adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why you suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? Just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem like there'll likely be a reason that this woman doesn't want to open a case. Would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlov certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. There must be another reason why. In that same area. Where's her gaze looking at? Where's she looking? Wherever she has hidden inside that case. She'll be revealed by the following her gaze. Is this? I believe. I should have clicked it, but rules of passage. I'll check once more around. That's a strictly forbidden. Left to drift in this freezing cold ocean. I'm stuck inside a tiny wardrobe for days on end. I've actually been serving time for weeks now. Have I? Is that it? Is that the... Yeah, nothing much. Is this?
Yes!
Rules of passage. Yes. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carrying on this carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. Aye. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item will move on its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case. Look at these cool guys. It's the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pen. Alright, we got her. Possession of a prohibited animal. The wrongdoing solved. The deduction is complete. Elementary or Elementsky. Elementsky. Elementary, my dear Shaloms. So, clearly, my toe, I hit it. So, clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I'm not Grimsby Roylon. Yeah, we know that. You just had a whole section of it. My real name is Nikolina Pavlov. Pavlovo. Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. I'll call it Nina. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. But why though? Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Bureau is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Should you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you attempt to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, it was just you about to cut off your own hair. Who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That verbal tinkling of the bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disguise myself so no one would recognize me. Disguise. Disguise. As a result, is that a misspelling? Probably not. As a result, you transform yourself into a questionable old man, I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. Alright. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. Thought if I didn't change my appearance clearly, they would find me. Well, I mean, we did find out. But I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and we came in, yeah. At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us, in as much detail as you can muster, about the events of last night. Yes, alright. I'll tell you. Alright, well, Mr. Naruhodo. Wasn't there something? Mr. Shalom's great deduction. It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed. It is incredible. Ah, one more thing. Oh, yes? Ah, I hit the mic, sorry. Observes your wrist. My. Yeah, there it is. Ah, your hands. Cuffed again. What? But how? Due to my word, I have restored your shackles. Ugh. When and why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say. Can't be helped at the moment. Ugh. Can it really? Makes sense. What if the crew found me like this? Without the cuffs? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova says. Can't go without knowing. I have to find out what that speckled band that Kazuma-san wrote in his diary really was. Alright, let's go. Finally, converse. We're nearly near the 2-hour mark, but we'll stop after this. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was dissolved in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. It's Pavlova. Is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry. All I can think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Hang on a sec. Alright, it's fine. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yeah. I'm traveling to Great Britain. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna alt play. Alright, she wants to forget about it. The tiara is mine, I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. I had to run away, I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. Alright. He's like they were working them to the bone. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yeah. And the crew of the ship, they have all been kind to me. Oh, what happened to my finger? They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. Indeed. Truth, Miss Pavlova. It creates the most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. What conundrum? I'm not sure, but... Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the absconded? From the ballet. Now that being the case, it must have been last night that you were boarded this vessel. However, the SS Bureau stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to be aboard? Oh. Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. There we go. Alright. That is not your business. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descend from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? What was that? It's how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descend from the heavens, because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, the description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. Pavlova. A genius descends from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from the wonderfully extravagant advertisement, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Friend. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Alright, oh please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they find my precious, then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case on board. Overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? Little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Ah, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, do they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable, what the hell is that? You two are miserable... Is that bungalows? Bungalows? When it comes to understand the nature of young ballerinas. What the hell's a bungalow? That's not a burglar. It's obvious. It must be a chicken. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, you can satisfy the needs of citizens. Oh god. So you can eat your friends? I'll remember that. Nope. Pavlova. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is closely guarded secret, not to be revealed. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. It's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Alright. No, I think it's a good time to stop, though. I think this is a great time. Pause it. Where's the save? Yeah, end it here. End it here now. Back. I guess we go to the title, right? Alright. Oh, it tells us to save again? It doesn't matter, right? Yeah. Alright. We could just end it like that. Oh, damn. We're in the room here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good session all around. Next session, we'll finish on 2 and carry on 3, I believe. I'll split the parts. Well, when I say split the parts, I'm going to add a Steam marker and do that. And yeah, so I don't want to make it so I have episode 2 and 3 in one video. So yeah, that's a bit of the second episode of the Great Ace Attorney. Kazuma has fallen. He has passed away, sadly. Naruto being the main suspect, trying to fight his way through innocence. And yeah, we're nearly the end, I think. After we find out who Pavlova's little friend is. Yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this session of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, actually, because I want to do something else. But the next episode, that episode will be on Saturday. This episode will be on Friday. And yeah, I'll see you guys then soon. Catch you guys later.